Do you feel brands like Snipes and the brands that are affiliated with it are really driving today's buyer preferences? Or is a brand like Snipes tasked with keeping ahead of trends and observing in these popular culture shifts?
That's a fun question. We're a brand of brands, right? We do sell our own apparel and accessories. We absolutely are pushing the boundaries on our own brands for sure. But the hype demand, this hype selling on any given day, having 200,000 people show up for 1,000 pairs of shoes, it's real. And that's not driven by us, okay? That's driven by Jordan, it's driven by Nike. It's driven by these vendors that have this rich legacy of knowing what consumers want and when they want it. So we have the benefit of riding that wave. Now, that being said, there's a huge opportunity for us to translate that product into the market. And that's really where marketing plays well, right? That's where we get to show lifestyle, we get to dictate lifestyle, and we get to leverage our relationships with the DJ Khaled's of the world in order to tie together kind of the cultural pillar, right? That comes along with hip hop as an example, and the cultural connection and relationship between the product. And we kind of get to sit in between that and create content and do storytelling that really exemplifies that and shows the market that we are a part of that. Are we driving that? I don't know. I think we're facilitating it, right? I think we're enhancing it. I think we're championing it. We're driving it through the lens of marketing.
You talked about this idea of hype selling, which is huge in the world that you're in. This idea of kind of low quantity, high demand, super interesting space. What have you learned about hype selling? What are you learning about hype selling in 2022, wrapping up the year? Is there a science and an art to this thing? As a marketing leader, what are you noticing with this category of hype selling?
Do we have another hour?
We could.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It's probably one of my favorite parts of my job because it's ever changing, it's evolving. You're at war with technologists, right? So you've got these kids that are building these bots. The whole value here, for those that don't understand this whole hype sneaker situation, is that many of these shoes have aftermarket value. So they buy it for MSRP, which is what we sell it at. They can then go resell it and make a buck on the back end by selling it on the gray market, on a GOAT or a StockX. And so this technology has been created to try to capture and purchase legitimately at full price as many of these units as humanly possible. For every unit they get, they have margin on each one of those on the back end. Now, we, like Nike, align with them on this concept of equality. Don't like the fact that consumers are coming in with bots and trying to capture all of this product. We want to get the product in the hands of real consumers. And so we're at war, right? We're at this kind of like tech battle trying to protect our product. And oftentimes I'm challenged, right? When I'm having conversations like this where they're like, why? Like, who cares? The money's green. You're selling through. What's the problem? The problem is that I'm not getting the customer data. And I'll explain. So if I sell that product to you, then I can know who you are. I can have all your contact information. I can get your opt-ins. And I can upsell, cross-sell you over time. I can build an LTV with you because I've sold this shoe to you. You are also more likely to come back to me because you hit on my site and you got a great pair of shoes that you're really proud to wear, right? Now, if the bots come in and they come and capitalize on all of your units, yes, I'm getting paid in the moment, but I'm losing all of that long-term upside. Because you know who's getting the customer data? It's StockX, it's GOAT. They're selling to the end consumer, not me. And so it inhibits my ability to grow the business, better serve my existing customer base, and ultimately have the trust that I'm going to be able to control and dictate, who is able to get access to this product. It's an incredibly important discipline that we've built over time. We're very good at it. We've got a big, long stack of text daisy chained all the way from the first time someone tries to enter the site all the way down to the pre-auth of the transaction that tries to deter multiple units getting out the door to a single consumer. And it's a lot of fun because it changes all the time. So they find a way in, we block them out, we make some changes, they can't get in. We nerd out and watch and fist pump as we watch people complain about not being able to abuse Snipes. It's a blast.
This podcast is brought to you by Salesforce and the CMO Club. The CMO Club is a global community for senior marketing executives to come together, share ideas, and solve their toughest challenges in a collaborative and trusted environment with other marketing leaders. Salesforce and the CMO Club provide best-in-class programs, events, and a digital platform for marketing leaders to come together and be inspired like never before. Join our global community at thecmoclub.com.